It's Sunday night and you're about to watch Tarot Nice to Meet You, the show featuring live tarot reading for comedians by, other comedians. Here are your hosts, Carly Smallman and Sarah Isles.
Tarot! Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. How are you all doing? Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us this evening. My name is Carly. This is my lovely friend Sarah, and we've got a cracker of a show for you. If you haven't watched before, Tarot, nice to meet you. We're going to be doing some live tarot readings for a dear comedian friend of ours, and also drawing cards for you guys later in the show. So if you have any questions you would like to ask the cards, please type into the comments box, and we'll just let the universe take care of that, because we haven't got a fucking clue, have we, Sarah?
Not a clue. We act like we do. We don't.
We just don't have a clue. We're going slightly bonkers in our houses because we're locked in and we both live alone.
Yeah, it's a real special time, isn't it? Real special time.
It really is. But we love to hear from you, so please do use the comments box. Say hello, typey, let us know who you are, where you are, and how are you doing? Sarah, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Obviously there was a bit of snow today, so everyone was overly excited about that. So I went out for a long walk with you, and got all the snow in our faces. So yeah, it was a nice, really breezy time, wasn't it?
It was a really cold start to the day.
Horrid. It was really horrid. I then treated myself to like this amazing Turkish breakfast that there is served at one of the local cafes, but then carrying it home was quite the disaster. It almost didn't make it, but it did, and it was a happy day. So yeah, how are you, my love?
I'm all right. Well, you basically described what I did minus the Turkish breakfast. I went for a walk in the snow, got just basically snow in my face, mouth. My dog was there. He fucking hated it. And then this is how bad lockdown is getting for me. I cleaned my house.
You didn't. Why did you do that? Oh, Carly, no, I'm sorry. I didn't realize things were that bad for you.
Just because I fucking hate my life, Sarah. That's why I cleaned my house. So yeah, it was a deeply unfulfilling day until right now. This is what I live for. I live for doing tarot readings. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm going a bit mad during the old lockdown. So should we pull cards for each other maybe, and maybe the cards give advice on how to sort of save our lives at the moment during lockdown.
How to kill the boredom. Yeah, all right. Say
when.
Let's
have the question. Okay. When?
Okay. Oh, the Hermit.
Oh.
Right. So so this is kind of like sort of deep. Hello, Katie Ann. Welcome back.
Hello. Thanks for tuning in.
So, if you've just joined us, this is the Hermit card. So this is the one that Carly just got, guidance for the week, which is actually all about deep soul searching. As you can see, the man is looking into the lamp and he's like, oh, he's trying to find what he wants. So this is about being really introspective and just searching deep within yourself about what it is that's going to bring you real fulfillment, Carly. What's gonna bring it for you?
Well, cleaning my house doesn't. Maybe just constantly wanking and drinking wine and doing drugs might do the trick for me this week. We'll see.
Certainly sounds more exciting than Mr. Muscle, to be honest.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, the old Hermit, it's the card of solitude, isn't it? And let's face it, that's what my week's got in store. Sarah, shall I do yours? You just say when. Oh, one fell out.
Oh, there we go. Message from the universe. Let's see.
We've got the 7 of Cups. Oh, hi, Kev. Hello, Sweden. Oh, I bet there's snow there too. How exciting. We've got the 7 of Cups. This is the card of choices and decision making, and not letting your judgment on decisions that you make be clouded by illusion and stuff that you can't see, hidden influences and factors. So yeah, there he is. He's got his cups. And he can't pick what thing he wants. He's like, should I pick the laurel wreath or the snake coming out of it or that big blue head? I just don't know.
Whereas to me, it's like, is it biscuits? Is it crisps? Ooh, it's real life decisions. So yeah, I think that's quite poignant.
Yeah, if you would like to ask the cards a question, or even if you don't want to ask the cards a question and just want to have us draw you a random card, please type in the comments wherever you're watching, and we will draw you some later on in the show. But for now, shall we get our fabulous guest up and joining us? This guy is bloody hilarious. He is a very, very funny stand-up comedian. He has a really popular and brilliant and successful podcast, and he's all round a legend. His name is Rich Wilson. Rich Wilson, tarot, welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, darling.
What a build-up, man. What a build-up.
We like to raise the expectations so that we can all crush them together.
Yeah,
Crush
lovely.
everyone's things together. Teamwork.
How are you guys? You all right?
We're good, thank you. Oh, wow, we've got someone watching in South Africa. That's exciting.
Wow. Look at that.
Hello.
Hello,
Amazing.
wow.
Guys,
International
Sweden.
superstar Rich Wilson.
-10 outside in Sweden. -10. That's insane.
Sod that.
Wow.
Wow.
And we actually,
No.
yeah, we had a little bit of a grumble about it being -1. Ugh, yeah. Ugh. -10, absolutely.
How has your week been, Rich? What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
What have I been doing? I don't know. Staring out the window, wondering.
Oh my God, we were just talking about how we stare out the window now this morning. We were talking about The Hobbit.
Especially when it's raining or so, there's some kind of weather going on. They're just like Joey in Friends when he's got that window.
Yeah,
Exactly that.
Just staring.
Exactly that.
I just miss touching everyone. But we'll get back to that, you know.
Okay.
It's the touching, isn't it? I like the touching.
You like a good touch. All
I
right.
like a good touch, you know. Obviously, you know, there's consent. I'm not just touching randoms, but you know, I do ask first, like, can I touch you? And they go, yeah, or no, you know.
nice. That's nice. When consent makes things awkward, that is right there.
Yeah.
If someone said, "Can I touch you?" I'd be a bit like, well, not now.
Yeah. This is in Asda. Why are we doing it in Asda? Well,
Yeah, not in Asda. No one touches in Asda.
You
like,
don't want to
you
touch
want
anyone
help your
in there.
packing?
So true, so true. So Rich, welcome to the show. We are very excited to read your cards in a little bit. But first of all, because Sarah and I are nosy and we love spooky shit, we're gonna start with our first section called Brief Encounters, where you talk about your close encounters, but just keep it slightly brief.
Okay.
So yeah, we'd love to hear if you've got any like spooky stories or unexplained things that have happened to you over the years.
Well, this happened recently, actually. When I was a kid and I lived in this house, there used to be a man used to stand in the corner of my room and he'd just stare at me from across the room. He had this little pointy goatee beard and he was really tall and skinny and a bald head, and he'd just stand and stare at me. And I used to see that every night when I was a kid. And I moved away years ago. I moved away from there in 1979, right? So I've been away elsewhere. And then there's a group on Facebook that I used to live on the Ramsden estate in Orpington. So there's this group, and we're all talking about.
I know it.
Yeah, so that we're like, so everyone's going, oh, I lived at this number, I lived at that number, and blah blah blah. And I said, oh, I lived at 46 Brow Crescent, and a woman went, oh, that's where I used to live. And all right, she went, yeah, the front bedroom had Jungle Book wallpaper when we moved in. I went, yeah, that was mine. And then I said, yeah, but Mum and Dad had to leave that room because of the man that stands in the corner. I didn't even say anything. How mad is that?
Question:
Yeah.
Did you feel like when the man was in the room? Did you feel like any energies in his?
No.
How did you feel?
It was freezing cold, and yeah, and I remember one night my dad went up in the loft and he left the hatch open, and I couldn't get into my bedroom because I said there's someone in the loft. The whole house had this weird energy. Yeah, that's why we moved.
Wow.
Yeah.
You out of house and home.
It was just like, because everyone could sense it. It was like, this ain't that. And Mum and Dad always said that was a weird house. And that was it. I meant to tell you. So the people that said, oh yeah, the ghost, their dad was excavating the back garden and he found a tombstone in the back garden of the house. It's all on. I can show you I'll show you the screenshots of the chat that we had. Yeah. How mad is that?
You think it was the body of the guy that was buried then? Definitely.
100%. Yeah. And I don't believe in all that shit.
enchanted. There's been so many comedians with children. That's mental.
We must have been, I don't know, we must be in tune on a different level somehow, us comics.
Yeah. Needy from a young age.
Needy for attention. Watch me. Yeah.
Yeah, from any dimension, doesn't matter. Just as long as
I'll take an audience from anywhere.
Yeah.
Even if you're dead, I want your attention.
Exactly. We're so fucking rubbish, aren't we? Anyway, so that was that. Yeah, terrifying.
That's a great
amazing.
story, though.
The thing I love about that story is that the house just kept being haunted for everyone else.
Yeah, it never let up. Yeah.
Katie Hansen is creepy.
And if anyone's going, "Oh, that's bullshit," I'll show you. I can show you screenshots of the conversation I had with the woman, because she said, "Yeah, her mum and dad, they had to move from the front room to the back because of the ghost, because of the man." Oh, yeah, man.
Messed up.
I love this shit.
Yeah.
And
I
never believed in all that shit until then. I was like, how can there be ghosts? It's like Ian Boldsworth on the Parapod, and he was talking about ghosts. He said, "How comes they're always dressed? Like, your clothes don't die, so what? It should be naked ghosts running around." But somehow,
I'm glad it's not.
Somehow they got tailors.
There was something I saw on the internet where someone was saying a similar thing, being like, how come it's always people from Victorian times and it's not someone from like the 2000s running around going, "It's Britney, bitch." It's always like singing like S Club 7. It's always someone from Victorian times.
Then either, or like Romans. No. You never see a Roman hanging around your bedroom.
It's always a fucking monk or a. It's like an elf, or it's a witch, and it's this. It's never John the milkman that got run over 2 streets over.
Completely starkers because he died naked.
Yeah, we'll have to give the uniform back, didn't I?
Just with a bottle of milk covering his Johnson, just for a courtesy.
They wouldn't let me keep it.
Oh man, I love that. That is a fucking impressive one, Rich. I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased about that one. That's a fucking good story.
I'm just happy to tell it. I'll tell everybody.
Actually, you have told me that one before, and I was still just excited to hear it again.
I'm so happy.
I know. You know, that makes. I feel like with a story like that, you're just interesting at like dinner parties forever. Yeah. Like if the company was doing shit, everyone would be like, "Oh no, Rich has got a story about a ghost," and everyone's like, "Oh, same. That old chestnut."
It comes up at dinner parties when people, like, when you're getting to know someone and they start talking about their freaky story, because everyone does have a brief encounter, and I love that. I think that's a good way, like, of getting to know people, is just find out what their brief encounter is, like, straight away.
And now, as I get older, that story is going to get longer and longer, and I'll be really like, Shakespeare Company the shit out of it, just like it was a dark and stormy night. We were trapped on the other side of the hills. I'm going to really, because
especially how someone discovers the tombstone, you can do a whole backstory of that, of how that even came about.
Man casually walking the street of Orpington.
He dug his shovel in, and there was a clang as he.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Clang.
Yeah.
Right. So we do your tarot reading, my darling. So for those of you who have seen the show before, you know how this goes. But for anyone who is watching new, what we're going to do is we're going to ask the cards for some advice for Rich for the week ahead. We're going to do a 3-card reading, and we are going to only read the cards upright. So we don't do reversals. That's when they come out like that. If they do, we just turn it the fuck around. So there we go. That's the rules of the reading. Rich, I'm going to shuffle, and when you feel like the energy of the universe spark your mouth to speak, just tell me stop shuffling and I'll draw your cards, babe.
Okay.
There we go. Shuffling away.
Stop.
Oh, this is a great reading. You've got a really good one.
Yeah, I thought it might be. I could feel it.
Could you feel it? The universe was telling you.
It really, I could really feel that pull.
I love how in lockdown everyone's like, I'm fucking owed a good reading.
Imagine that. I go, oh dear.
We haven't had a really terrible one on the show yet. We have had a couple that have been a bit like, I'm concerned about you and your marriage, but nothing too bleak. Just a little bit of divorce.
But you know, it's funny. Jade and I, we were at a party. Actually, we were at Carl Donnelly's house before the lockdown. And Jade did it's some kind of like a reading of someone's world or something like that, and got it so spot on that it killed the party. It was so spot on. I won't mention who it was because we know him, but it stopped the party dead.
So you can tell us after, right?
Tell you after. Sorry, everyone watching.
Sorry, viewers, you don't get in on that action. You don't get the good shit.
Joke.
Right, so we do the card. Your first card is the Knight of Wands, or as I like to call him, the Knight of Penises, because this is a sexy motherfucker. So this guy is a court card. Court cards in the deck are pages, knights, kings, and queens. And these cards can either represent an actual person who you know, or it could represent you, or it can represent like the energy surrounding the card. So in terms of advice, it may mean that you need to take on aspects of this kind of character. So the Knight of Wands is like quite a feisty. I think he's like the sexy knight of the deck. Yeah, like he's really driven. He's action oriented. He's creative. Like this is the card of like especially for creative projects, which Wands is the suit for. It's that guy who goes out with his actual like passion project and makes shit happen. So he's just a sexy motherfucker. He's fiery, tempestuous. He's
positive. I like him.
Yeah, he's a fucking ledge. He's just kind of got that sort of charm, I think. But also this can be this can relate to like actual like have the good sex. It could be the card saying it literally can mean that, which is like, you know what, you need to take some of the Knight of Penises and just throw your penis into the night. Like
it's funny you should say that.
Sorry, Sarah's expecting more.
Yeah, I stopped myself. I just went, I'm gonna stop talking already.
No, it's a really good card. It's great, especially for creative types like us, who the thing you love is also your job. So it's cool. Basically the advice often with this card is to take that kind of go-getting action and that passion and that sort of fiery feistiness and put it through into your kind of the stuff you're making and the stuff you're enjoying doing. Sarah, anything you want to add about this?
Yeah, I mean, there's also like an extra sort of like a caveat associated to this card as well, is that it can be quite an impulsive person as well. So it could be that because it's like an idea and a creative thing that you're working on, it could be that you could be quite hasty and a bit impulsive in your approach to it. So sort of like the advice side of this card is maybe take a bit more stock of the fact that sometimes with this you can act first and think later. So maybe take that on board, and when the impulse actually comes with you to just go and do everything and want it all now and get it all instantly actioned, is just take a step back and just think, I could be a little bit hasty here. Is there a way that maybe I could plan a little bit more to get this idea manifested, rather than just going straight in without really thinking it all through?
Right. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Any of that resonated with you, babe?
Sorry?
Any of that resonated with you?
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah, that kind of get stuck in. Yeah, there's a few things that I've been putting off, and I should just do it. Just get stuck in and do it. You know, what's the worst that can happen?
This is the go-ahead card. This is the sign to do it. It is that card. But obviously, because it is also a sexy card, it's saying do it, but keep it sexy.
Sex just comes with it. I can't help it. It just spills out of me. You know, I can't help it, mate. You know?
Just try, and for the love of all women everywhere, just try and keep it in.
No, Sarah, you're sex meister. You can't help it.
I can't help it, mate. I just, it just tumbles out. It just tumbles out. I hope people realize I'm joking, and then they're watching this going, "Who's this arrogant arsehole?"
No, they will.
Imagine if they're just tuning in now. Rich is there, like, I'm just so sexy, I can't help it. And they're like, oh, man, what an affliction.
Oh God, yeah.
Or the producer tells us at the end of the show, yeah, it was fine up until Rich started going on about how sexy he was, and everyone just left.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he didn't have to show us, did he? Dirty.
Love it. Someone's sexy.
Just like...
You should have just arrived a little bit a bit less dressed, Rich. If you're going to go for that sort of sexy vibe, it's going to be called like Tarot Nice to Meet My Penis. You know, that kind of a vibe for the show.
I just put my glasses on my knob and just do the show like that. with this voice off camera. So hello, lady.
I saw a ghost once in Orpington.
My haunted penis.
It's searching for something. Okay.
Like an elephant looking for a bun.
He's too sexy for this show. You're right, Kev. He is. It's too sexy.
Right, Kev. That's right. I bet Kev's sexy as well.
Yeah,
I bet he's
too sexy to come on the show.
Yeah, I bet everyone.
That's why we can't have him on, Rich. He's too sexy. We can't have Kevin.
All right.
You know. Anyway, next card. Before this descends into our new OnlyFans, this is an amazing card. This is the 10 of Cups. So cups as a suit are to do with emotions and sort of interpersonal relationships. And the 10 of Cups, you can see here, we've got a really happy family. We've got two people just standing there, just glorying in how happy they are. Their kids are dancing around, and there's a big fuck off rainbow with cups in it. Going across the sky. And this is the card of basically emotional fulfillment within your relationships. Wow. And it's kind of I always think of this as like the happiness card. It's just that hi Stephen, tarot.
Hi, Stephen.
This is like the happiness card. It's you know, it's that sort of gratitude and sort of appreciating all of the wonderful good feelings that you do have in your relationships with others.
Cool.
And yeah, it's to do with like love and fulfillment and sort of just, you know, that like warm, fuzzy, wonderful feeling you get when you're like with people you love.
Yeah,
you know, when you're with a group of mates down the pub. Oh God, for shame, I missed that. And you just get like, I sometimes I'm having a drink with my mates, just be like, I fucking love you. Or when you're with your family. So as an advice card, I would say maybe this is asking you to maybe look out for those moments and like catch yourself in them and notice when you're having little lovely, like snuggly feelings. Sarah, do you have anything you want to add about 10 of Cups?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's pretty spot on. I mean, it is just like the happy family card. It is the one of just pure joy. And as you can see, there's like a rainbow of cups, like, and they're dancing and everything's amazing. Yeah, I really didn't need to do that. But it happened. I apologize, everyone. That was something I will never do again. But
it's funny that you mentioned like being caught in a moment. I'm going to keep myself in that moment just then. Please
don't.
Moment.
Screenshot.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I encapsulated it quite well then. So that's just exactly what the card means. And going forward, I'm just going to do that action and the rather than try and explain anything further.
It's quite hard to do this in lockdown, though, sometimes, I think. Because, like, I feel like all of your relationships, or for me anyway, a lot of your relationships are kind of, like, tensed in lockdown. Like, so ones that were very chilled before can become, especially if you're living with someone or if you are talking on the phone all the time to someone.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's kind of having that appreciation for, like, it's not always like this. I really do love these people. And, you know, I don't know. For me, it can, you know, lockdown it's been weird. It's been weird for all my relationships.
Yeah. It's been really hard.
So,
really hard.
Absolute breeze for me. Fucking breeze.
It's nice when because you know, you've got other people around, but it can also be like Jade and I the other day. We just had a moment. We were laughing. We were just going, "I fucking hate you. You're just there." And it's like, and we were both doing it to each other. Like, I just want you to fuck off for a minute. I love you. I would die for you, but just fuck off.
Yeah.
No, not in the other room. I want you to go out. Can you go out? Just go away. Just fuck off.
That's true love, though. You still love them, but you fuck off.
It's not meant to be 24/7, is it? It's supposed to be.
No.
It's supposed to be, I don't know, between 4 and 8 at a push.
At a push.
At a push.
And not every day. Yeah.
No, every couple of days, between 4 and 8 hours, maybe. Yeah. And then the rest of the time, you're free to do what you want. This is
see other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it has been weird. It's been a weird testing time, mate. It's been a weird testing time. The last card is also like a really great card. about like appreciation as well. You've got another 10. So 10s often come towards the end of something. And here you've got the 10 of pentacles or the 10 of coins. Sarah, do you want to do this one?
I can do this one, yeah. So like Carly said, it is like the end of something. It's like the completion of a cycle. So for this one, it's like the 10 coins, which obviously with that, it can lead to sort of material possessions, wealth, things like that. So in this picture, you can see that obviously there's an older man surrounded by loads of money. So it's mainly a thing of you feeling actually quite comfortable with there being quite a lot of money, as in you're not like bowled over with money, but you're not poor. You know, you're quite enjoying the amount that you have, and you're actually quite grateful for the money that you have. So it's at the point of you're okay with it, and you feel quite grateful for it. It's like being in that position of gratitude for what you have. So you might not be bowled over with millions and millions, but you're grateful for the amount that you have because it's enough for now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, what you're saying does make sense. It's absolutely not true, but
you want more money.
Yeah, money.
It's kind of, you know, it's an ongoing struggle. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be this way forever, but it is kind of, a little bit. It's a little bit of worry there. But
so in this case, I think maybe it's more along the lines of trying to be grateful for, or trying to find the gratitude in the little money that you do have.
Yeah, at least it's nothing. It's not like there's
Unless
nothing.
someone share the money, someone that has more money should be able to give their inheritance money to you.
If anyone's watching
This actually, you know, this actually can mean an inheritance.
It can be inheritance.
Because the 10 of coins is not just about money and being comfortable. This is about money through generations and through family lines. So either it can be saying, look, you need to step up your game because you need to give money to your kids at some point.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. That's definitely it.
Up the arse, this card saying that, look.
So, all the cards have said you've got to get up and go, do the thing. Like the first card, the King of Wands said that, action. And then the next one was positively. So positively follow, get stuck in. And now this one's saying the same. It's like it's taken 3 cards to get to that. This is what I've been saying all along. Fuck's sake. You're not reading them properly. You're going to have to give your kids some fucking money, you knobhead. You're leaving them nothing.
You're giving them nothing, Rich. This card is saying, look, mate, you've got to give your kids some money. Or it can mean that a family member could potentially be sending some money your way. But this is the card of like dynasties. This is the card of keeping money within the family. This is the card of sort of trying to have enough money so that the younger ones are.
I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, and I'm sure now this has become manifest. It's out there. I trust the universe. It's going to happen. It's going to be all right.
Yeah, boy. It's really
fine.
It's really.
It could mean some money is coming your way. It could mean that.
Yeah, I'm sure it will when I start my OnlyFans. That's what it is. Maybe it's that.
This whole thing is leading to OnlyFans. The night of penises with the sexy dick out. People so happy to see your dick and the money rolling in.
Because of the dick. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we've sorted that out.
We're good at this.
Yeah, well done, girls.
Thanks.
Well done. Now I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
Glad we've resolved that. We've given you a new career. You've heard it here first on Tarot. Nice to meet you.
What a time to be alive.
Who thought our careers would be this, eh, guys? Who thought?
Not
us, but we're loving it.
Not us.
The tears are real. Don't worry about that. It's all fine. We'll be fine.
Anyway, should we move on to our final? I like to call it a round, because this is like a game show. Our final round is the round that is called "Who's in the Freezer?"
Ooh.
Hey, let me out! It's fucking freezing in here!
Every time.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Every time. I love it.
That's great.
Thank you. The shitter the better in terms of my sense of humour. So that's right.
A very familiar voice coming from the fridge.
Yeah, producer Jim is also a voiceover artist.
Well done, Jim. Well done.
So the freezer is a spell that we're going to be casting after the show, but we need to decide who we are going to be freezing. Sarah, you are the best at explaining the freezer. I'm handing it over to you, babes.
Thank you. So the freezer is something that was that was taught to me by my aunt when I was younger. So it's a spell that she used to do, and then she taught me to do it. So basically what you do is if someone is pissing you off, they've got really bad energy, and you just want them to freeze their power and actually stop them from affecting you and your life. And it doesn't bring them any harm either, because we're all good witches.
Okay. Right.
So
okay.
it's a good thing. So what you do is you write their name down on a bit of paper, you fold it up, and you can either just put it straight in the freezer, or you can put it in an ice cube tray, fill it with water, literally freeze them, and then decant the ice cube to the back of it. Evening, Jose.
Jose.
It's Sarah's
Evening,
man.
Jose. Good to see you. So that's the premise of the freezer. So it's just something that we've regularly been doing, and I do genuinely put whatever we've decided to choose, or who wins the freezer game, at the end of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not a game really, Rich. It's very important.
Really, it's like real life.
Live here tonight. But there's only a finite amount of space in Sarah's freezer. So unfortunately, Sarah is going to be going up against Rich to nominate who we're going to freeze. And you, the lovely viewers, are going to decide who's going to make it to the freezer by nominating your vote into the comments. Rich, you are a lovely guest. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Oh, I like that. Sarah?
Right. Okay. So, again, as I always say, hear me out on my explanation before we just hate me as to what I want to put in the freezer. So I want to put Valentine's Day in the freezer. Now, it's not just because I'm single, because I'm doing this for people that are in relationships as well. So I want to put Valentine's Day in. One, because, I mean, life is shit enough right now for single people living alone as it is. I really don't want to hear about your happiness on Valentine's Day. And also for people that are in relationships, like Rich said earlier, you are with the person 24 fucking 7, and now you have to pretend that everything is sunny and beautiful on this one day, because that is what has been decided. So it's really annoying, because things are hard enough as it is, and now you are forced to spend time with that person when you could be going out and doing your own lovely thing, because it's Valentine's Day. So I want to put Valentine's Day in for the singles and for the people who are in relationships.
Oh wow. All right.
Very nice. Rich, who are you nominating, my darling?
I wanted to nominate. I suppose this would class as one person. Everybody that did dry January in the middle of a pandemic, I want to put them all in the freezer. You absolute psychopaths. We've got there's two things we can do, right? We can three things. That's four. It's four things. We can wash up, cut our own hair, bake some bread, and drink. Yes. The other three things are really shit, and the only way you get through them is by drinking. And you took that away, you lunatics. It's all there is, really. It's the one thing that will get you through this awful, shitty nightmare, and you decided to virtue signal for 4 fucking weeks, you knobheads.
It does make everyone else feel like a piece of shit. That is also my personal issue with dry January. Is every time someone tells me they're doing dry January, all I hear is, Carly, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hate that. Hello.
That's why I made a big deal about doing drenched January. So I went in the opposite direction, and I decided to get as twatted as possible, as regularly as possible, and decided to tell everyone about that.
Yes, that's the spirit. That's the
January, baby.
Can I ask a nosy question? What's the earliest time in the day that you two have started drinking over this last year during lockdown? I'm just nosy. I want to see if I'm worse than you.
No, I think it's always been after lunch. So once you get past midday, then you're all right. That's
it's very simple.
Yeah. Oh no, I did have a swig of. No, there was nothing else cold to have, so I had a beer. That was it. Yeah. Ugh, that was in the summer. That was at about 11.
I like that. Sarah, what's been yours?
Yeah, same. Yeah, after midday, never at breakfast. Like same. Yeah. I mean, I haven't had alcohol with my breakfast, with my porridge or anything. That would be crazy. So yeah, like what Rich said, like after midday, because that's acceptable.
I would say my low point, one of my lowest points in lockdown, was I was having a massive argument with my family. I was staying with them during the first lockdown because I don't know why, I just hated myself enough to do that. And I was having a massive argument with them, and I was like crying. And I went over to the because obviously my parents are like civilized grown-up people, so they have a drinks cabinet like adults do. And I went over to the drinks cabinet and I think it's time for my morning gin. And it was like 10 a.m. And in front of my whole family in a really self-destructive way, I poured myself a morning gin. And then I went into my bedroom and shut the door and just drank my morning gin. I didn't even want it. I was just trying to prove a fucking point.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kev's right. Midday, which time zone? So in all honesty, although I was having my porridge in some time zone, it was midday. So it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Well done.
In Australia, it was a night out.
What is breakfast gin? I like breakfast gin. Is that just it's got blueberries in it? It's got a banana on the side.
Yeah.
It's just gin with an egg.
Or do you put a Barocca in it as your mixer?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah,
put a Barocca in it.
Vitamins and gin.
Yum.
The main food groups that we all need.
Yeah.
The cornerstone of every nutritious breakfast.
100%.
I love it. Wow, lovely audience. Please do cast your votes. If you would like Valentine's Day to be banished to the freezer, type it in the comments. And if you want people who did try January banished to the freezer, but like fuck those cunts, type it in and let us know. But let's see. I don't know, Jim. Has anyone asked for us to give them a reading while we count the votes? Stephen would like a card. Here we go. So it's a random card for Stephen. Do you want to do it, Sarah?
I'll do.
Why not?
Okay, why not? I haven't used my card. Yeah, right, I pulled you a card earlier. I completely forgot. All right, Stephen. So just a random card. The Queen of Pentacles.
Ooh.
So as the Smalls always says, so actually Carly taught me quite a lot about the court cards. So when it comes to these, it could either be a person in your life, or it could be some advice for you or some traits that you need to take on board yourself. So the Queen of Pentacles, obviously she's there looking at the coin, and it could be that maybe you are wanting to get some money, or you're feeling a little bit concerned about money, and you're actually not really sure what you should be doing about it. Carly, I don't know if you've got more insights into this.
Yeah, I really like this card a lot because Elisa Kyria, who's been on the show a couple of times.
That's it. I was trying to remember who it was.
So I basically in my head to help remember the cards, like pick a person that reminds me of that card. And she reminds me of this. So this card, if it's a person, is it can often very specifically be like a working mum. It's generally like a sort of a woman who is mature, who has got her shit together. But more than that, this is like she's got like a very nurturing energy. She's the sort of person that when you go to her house, you step through the door and she feeds you everything in the kitchen. That's the Queen of Pentacles. She's lovely. She's very like she's an earth sign card, so she's very like grounded, and it could be that you need to maybe take on the role of a nurturing either to yourself or to your kids if you have kids, but also once again it's a similar thing that Rich had. It's about providing for your family financially as well. So yeah, I mean I would read that as a really positive thing, like just, you know, be lovely to yourself, nurture the people around you, and make the coin. That would be my advice. Rich, do you have anything you want to add for Stephen for advice for his life?
I would just say talk to people. All that a lot of people recently have been saying they've been feeling a little bit cut off, and we're putting off. Oh, I don't want to talk to that person. They might be busy or whatever. But I'm telling you now, they would really appreciate a message from you. So I would do that. Drop a line to someone that you love, you know, and you'll get. I imagine you'll get a lot of love back. Yeah.
I love Rich. He's so like for the mental health love. I love it. I love that shit.
I just say because I'm such a hypocrite because I wasn't messaging people and I should have done, and then I did, and I just felt 1,000 times better. So yeah, it worked for me. So do it to you. Do it. Reach out, baby.
Reach out, my darling.
Yeah.
Anyone else want a card, Jim? Katie Ann. A card for Katie Ann. I'll do Katie Ann. She'd like a card. Right, here we go. Sorry, I like to cut the cards. Sorry.
Actually, cut them by the sound of it.
Oh, Katie Ann, you've got the 10 of Wands. So this is the card of kind of feeling burdened, the amount that you have to do, all of the projects that you've taken on. So obviously we said before that wands are to do with like passion projects, and it's like a doing. They're like the verbs of the tarot card world. They're doing cards. So it feels to you maybe like you're taking on too much stuff. Maybe not stuff that's just yours. Maybe you're picking up the slack for other people, and you're feeling burdened and weighed down. But this is another 10 card showing that actually you need to remember that this is coming towards the end of something. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing is permanent. So even if you're feeling weighed down and like you're kind of taking on everyone else's shit and their responsibilities, actually that will not last forever. This guy's carrying his stick somewhere and he's going to put them down eventually. So there we go. That was a good metaphor for me.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Anyone want to add anything for Katie Ann?
I would say, Katie Ann, yeah, don't be afraid to say no. The power of no.
Boundaries, Katie Ann.
You're taking on too much. Don't be afraid to turn around and say, actually, I can't for the minute. You know, put some you time in. Yeah, put yourself first for a change.
I love it. I was in my head. Just like we're like, Carly, just calm down. Just take some you time. All right, Richard.
It just that doesn't matter who it is. As long as somebody else says, "Will you take a moment for yourself?"
Yeah.
Just go, all right, I will. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got full permission this week. Take a minute for yourself.
Full permission. You have absolute full permission.
Permission
Just have a little bit of time for yourself.
Absolutely. Any more for any more, Jim? Oh, here we go. Will I get into law school? I always find these kind of questions tricky because I don't really believe necessarily in like complete divination with the cards. I wonder if we can reframe the question of what do you need to do to help you achieve your aim of getting into law school. Just because I don't really believe that the cards can tell you the future, because the future has so many possibilities.
They're more advice cards rather than future.
Yeah. Do you want to draw a card for my
sure.
Why not?
Yeah. Shall I do you and cut the deck? Oh.
Yeah, I like to cut the deck. Just it makes me feel like I'm.
Oh, it's cut. Oh,
it's satisfying, isn't it?
Oh.
Cool.
So we got the same card that Rich got.
There you go.
Ask your parents.
I think what you need to do in order to get into law school, I think, is actually take some money from your parents to help pay for it. I mean, because that's the thing is, as Carly said earlier, it's like the dynasty and it's basically inheritance and wealth and things like that. So either you've accumulated enough wealth in your time to be able to afford to go to law school, or you need to make sure that you work, maybe get a job so that you could afford to pay for it. Otherwise, it might mean that you have to take some money, maybe a loan from the parents. And maybe that's something that maybe you felt like you haven't wanted to do, but this is saying the encouragement is to maybe take that step in order to do it, to then invest in your own future.
Yeah, maybe a wealth of knowledge as well. So if you know anyone who's like working in law, for you, that you might be able to pick their brains and maybe spend a little bit of your money buying them a coffee with a walk in the park or something. That could be some good advice too. Rich, anything you want to add?
No, I absolutely agree. Ask a loved one to bail you out.
Yeah.
You got to do the work. That's simple, isn't it? It's what the cards I had was telling me but I have to stop putting off these projects and get involved. And I think, seeing as you got a similar card to me at the end there, I think you're on the same path as me. So I would say same thing. We've got to stop putting it off and just get stuck in. In.
Ask Rich for some money. Then you can't.
That's what it was. I've got to make some money so I can give it to Zaneb. Oh, that's what this is. It's becoming. I see what this is. This is a scam, right? I see.
An elaborate scam. I love it. Jim, any more? Any more? Oh.
Okay, can Sarah pick a card for me, please?
Oh my God!
Jose,
and Jose. I swear to God. Well,
yeah, I would gladly.
Jose. What am I? Chopped liver? I love that phrase. What does it mean? What am I?
So, Jose,
at least pull the sex card.
It's not a sex card.
Well,
what you enjoy. Anyway, so basically this is a woman who is bound. So as you can see, obviously it's a sword card, and it could be sort of more about you actually feeling quite trapped. But as you can see, the swords don't actually go all the way around. So it's basically you feeling trapped, but you're trapped of your own doing, really. So it's something that you can break free of, but you actually haven't found the way of actually doing that. So maybe there's something that you want to do and there's something you want to act upon, but you don't really feel like you can because you feel quite trapped and unable to get free and be able to do that. I don't know if Rich, you have anything you wanna
You just got to learn to say no, Jose. You got to put yourself first. Have some me time. That's what you need to do. Don't be afraid to turn around and say no once in a while, Jose.
and take some money from your parents.
Take some money. I'll
Take
make
some
some money and I'll give it to you. You can give it to Zeneb, and then he can go to law school. Yeah, I think that's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about right.
So I don't know, Jose, if that helps you at all, and that's how you've been feeling, as you maybe just need to try and learn how to break free from this bondage that you've put
Or
upon yourself.
maybe you take a relative hostage, and then you try and get the ransom from the rest of the family, and then you can have some you time on holiday. There you go.
It's the card of limiting beliefs, Jose. Just believe in yourself, and you'll be set free.
Yeah.
You can do this, Jose. You can do this.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Give yourself some affirmations. Positive affirmations in the morning are the antidote to the Eight of Swords. Any more for any more? Oh, my sister would like a card. Let's. I'll take that, seeing as it's in the family. I'd love it if it was going to be that I'll have to give me money from the family.
This is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look, Ski. Okie dokie. Oh, okay. So this is the Two of Wands. Once again, wands are to do with, sorry, that's my dog squeaking in the background if you can hear a strange noise. He's going, because I'm not looking at him. This is the Two of Wands. Oh, hello, Indy. And in this card, you can see the man has the whole world in his hands. He's standing, he's looking out onto the horizon. This is the card of you have an idea of something you need to do, but you're not there yet. You are still very much in the sort of contemplative phases. You're thinking, I know what I need to do. I just need to work out a way of actually making it a reality. So it's the card of doing. It's kind of the pre-doing card. It's the card of thinking to yourself, this journey that I'm about to take, he's looking at the whole world, this journey that I'm about to take, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to implement in order to actually make the journey real? Sarah or Rich, anything that you would like to add?
Yes, I think what he's saying is you need to take some money from your parents or from Carly. In order to...
We're all in our family.
I think what it's saying, what's actually, because you said to go on a journey, I think this is a card from your parents to say, get out of the fucking house once and for all. That's the journey you're going on.
It's such a
freeloader.
When you see the whole world there, you're like, well, I can't visit any of that.
We can literally do nothing. Yeah, that's an ironic card now.
Yeah, that's it. These cards are all very positive and so I think it's just, you need some you time, Lucy. You've got to get some. Don't be afraid to say no. You've got to put yourself first and borrow some money off of your parents, kill your nan, and eat your dog. Anyway. I hope this has been of some help.
I love it. We have one more person who would like a card pull. It's Kev in Sweden. Sarah, do you want to?
Yeah, I can take sexy Kev.
If your dog is oil.
Dad joke.
But Tish, Kev.
I love a dad joke. Love it.
Oh,
what does Kev need to hear?
Kev, this is a really great card. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. Do you know what have we had all the 10s tonight? I think we have. So 10s are like as Carly is like the completion of a cycle, and that's actually quite well. You actually got full circle here for the Wheel of Fortune. So this is like the good luck karma card. So just if you're unsure about things at the moment, or there's something that you're not sure whether you should go ahead and do, this is like the green light of yes, everything is coming together. This is some great luck and some fortune. It's all kind of come together quite soon. So it's a real lovely positive card.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's the card of the saying, this too shall pass, is that card. The bad times will fade away to good times, but the good times, unfortunately, will fade away to bad times. You need to remember that nothing is permanent, so to enjoy what you have while you have it. I don't know, it sounded a bit bleak.
A little bit depressing, but yeah. I tried to put a positive spin on it, but Carly just shat all over it. So I like to borrow the money from the parents.
Yeah, you're going on a journey. You're going on a journey, Kev. because you took one of your relatives hostage and it didn't go well. So you're on the lam. So you're going to need to borrow some money from Zeneb to stay out of jail and keep going like some kind of fugitive deal. But don't be afraid to put yourself first now and again. Have some you time. Don't be afraid to say no.
It's
important.
Excellent and original advice there. Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a theme this evening.
Yeah.
Unique advice for you, just for you, Kev. No one else was there. Okay, Sabrina, this is very long. I'm going through a spiritual awakenings process called the Dark Night of the Soul for over 7 years. I wonder if you know when it's going to end.
The Dark Night of the Soul. I don't even know what that is. That doesn't sound great.
I think it's like looking inside your deep dark soul. I haven't got a fucking clue. I don't know why I'm
I think the choice, the length of time, the choice lies with you. I think this is a thing that lies with Sabrina. You know, don't be afraid to say no. Have some time for yourself, and you've got to just look deep inside you, kill all your relatives, steal their money. All these cards have a very similar vibe.
Very similar. Shall I pull her a
t-shirt?
Yeah,
and just wear it around. Sabrina, I don't know what you're talking about, and so we could pull you a card, and that card,
pull a card.
Do to complete your spiritual awakening of the 7 years dark night of your soul.
It's not the greatest card to get in this situation. I mean, this is the devil. So
it kind of is, Sarah. It's about your shadow self. So if the dark night of the soul is searching within yourself, this is just affirming that, surely.
Well, I don't know, because I don't know if maybe she is addicted to these kinds of behaviors where they actually they're not working well for her, and that's something that she's actually struggling to break free from. But yes, it could also be like her shadow self, and that's like your limiting beliefs, and maybe you actually don't feel like you're going to get out of this, so therefore you won't. So I think it just depends on how you read it, because sometimes obviously Carly and I can read things a little bit differently.
Yeah, fun, baby girl. I think look within yourself and understand that sort of that darker side of your personality. And once you have accepted those darknesses within yourself, you'll find it easier to have like more of a big spiritual awakening, because until you embrace the bad shit about yourself, you can't fully appreciate the good stuff that is also part of you. That sounds very wise. And I was bullshitting. I need you all to know that.
I think it's I think you're in a toxic relationship there, Sabrina. You got to believe in yourself. Don't let the bastard grind you down. You're worth more than that. This is what this is saying. The darkness that's around you, this is because you don't feel you're worth more, but you are worth more. Don't be afraid to throw off those shackles and dig deep within yourself and find the true queen that's buried deep within. Never be afraid to put yourself first sometimes. Say no and have some special time for yourself. All right.
You're reminding me
by Rich Wilson.
It just reminds me of these TV like pastors that comes on and just like raps and raps.
And you're cured.
The Church of Rich Wilson. I love it.
I cast you out.
I love that, Jim. I think that's the end of the. You're welcome,
Sabrina. Good luck.
Yeah, if you found it useful, then
Godspeed.
Yeah, Godspeed, babes. Valentine's Day goes in the freezer.
Ah, bullshit, mate.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree, but
yeah,
absolutely.
But no, I mean,
it's cancelled.
It's Ricky. God, whole books. We haven't already at my hub. Oh, well, thank you, Katie Ann. That's very nice. Other people are contributing and helping to break free of her dark soul. So
I love that. Please pray over the cracks in our actual show. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
I'd just like to say, if anyone took any of this seriously this evening, make some time for yourself. You've got to just have a cup of tea.
Good night.
Good night, Jose.
Well, guys, we're almost at the end. Before we go, and before any of you log off from watching, Rich, please can you plug all the stuff you're doing and where people can find you?
Yes, I am. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. I am Rich Wilson. I've got a radio show called Tuned Up Time Machine on Islington Radio, which is on Mixcloud and Spotify. and I've got podcasts, Insane in the Membrane and Insane in the Fembrane. And they're available everywhere. And I'd love you to join us and have a listen and have a cup of tea and take some time for yourself.
They're great podcasts.
You're lovely.
Yeah. It's just Rich saying to take time for yourself over and over, but like,
yeah.
Right.
You're like, all right, I get it. Jesus.
Rich is great.
Thanks, Katie Ann.
Katie Ann, and that right.
Oh, thank you.
Sarah, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Just myself. Well, just this bitch right here. She's doing her own thing. She's taking time to herself.
Actually plug yourself.
Yeah, plugging myself, taking some money from the parents. That's how I'm rolling in this vibe today.
Scrolling below.
Follow me.
I'm going to plug. I'm going to plug a thing I'm doing tomorrow night. I'm doing Javier Harkeen's live stream. I don't know where you can watch that. I'm assuming on his Twitch. Javier Harkeen, very, very funny guy. So I'm doing that tomorrow night at 8:00. And please join us here again Sunday night at 7:00 for a Valentine's Day special. So it's not gone in the freezer. Sorry, Sarah. You. And our guest is going to be the fabulous Aaron Twitchin. So we'd love to see you all there. We love hearing from you and your comments and pulling cards for you. So that's the end, guys. Rich, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You were lovely. I've enjoyed that so much. I'll see you again.
Oh, I'm so glad. Take care of yourself and take care of everyone out there. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thanks for watching Tarot Nice to Meet You, which is produced by Comedy Hotspot. See you next Sunday at 7 p.m.